Prepare for the return of the Ancient Ones. Feel the hatred of 10,000 years. Anvina, you must awaken. This world needs you.
I am the Spellweaver! My power is infinite!
The light will abandon you, hero, just as it did me.
Hello and welcome to episode number 2 of the Lore Tavern. I am the host, Metal Dragon. I'm sorry if I actually, on the way back home from my cold, frosty walk, I realized that I should be putting in who I am. Because it's like, hi, I'm this creepy guy who walks into... I can't even call this a studio. This is just my room with my room. It's got a desk and a lamp and a computer with a microphone. And that is how things get done. With a computer and a microphone. Bah! Anyway, it is also very, very cold. But I am used to it. So, anyway, there is actually technically no news. No gates were unlocked. No special things for Blizzard. Except for the Season 8 looms. In the very foreseeable future, though there is no actual date as yet. But Season 8 looks good, the weapons are very slick, and my personal favorites of the gear sets are Warlock, Warrior, Rogue, and Death Knight. They are badass. And now for some brief quick thingies. Maybe. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Thinking, as I think through the week, because I don't really, think about Lore Tavern except thinking about what to do, I'm going to try something new with this episode and do a little flare of a background music of, say, one of the taverns to kind of give it atmosphere. A very good atmosphere. It'll be the human tavern, considering this story is human-based. If it was, say, dwarvish-based, then I'd maybe do the Dwarven Tavern. I like the Dwarven Tavern. I wish I could use it more, but I can't. Because it doesn't fit with the story. Unless I was to do Muradin. But Muradin is... We don't need to know about Muradin. Okay, he is in this part of this... Yeah. Muradin. Anyway... Yes, if you're wondering what the little squeaky sounds are, that is my horrible and squeaky chair. If it actually is squeaky. But, anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little flare up of the music, see if that does anything. If it does and it proves positive, I want to know your comments on it. Please post them about, is this a good idea? Will this work? Whatnot. If it's not, then I'm gonna probably... Well, maybe not... I'm going to try to think of something else, but the chances are that me thinking about something, meh. Anyway, but I will try. If you like it, please say you do, or say something about it. If you don't, then I'm sorry. I'll figure something. But, it would depend on feedback. Feedback is good. I'm an artist. I can take it. Bring it. Alright. So, I'm going to start it off with a little flare of music from the Human Tavern. And that will be the background sound you'll hear very, very quietly. And it'll flare up again when the story's done. Cut to me. Then we say the music. It's done. Good. You all get a show. So, today's story is, is pretty much the growing up of Arthas Menethil. I'm not doing his crazy part. This is just his. This is how he grew up, kind of thing. This is what happened. It'll probably go all the way to his adolescence. We'll see. But I'm not going to cover the. It will end near when the Scourge finally show up, and all hell breaks loose in Lordaeron. So, without further ado, and be boring you with my non-lore whatnots, here is the story of Arthas Menethil, as in part 2 of the continuation of the story of the Lich King. Enjoy!
Call that a story, boy?
Yes?
Sounds like something one of them quill-pushing mages cooked up.
Maybe?
You want a real story, I take it. Well, then I'll give you one. You say you want to learn about that Arthas kid, his childhood? Well, at least you're asking the right guy. I remember the boy. He was always wanting to be too proud, thinking himself bigger than his superiors. Got on my nerves a few times, and I swear he got on Uther's all the same. As a child of King Ternus, he liked to flex his nobility, as freely as the people would allow it, but his meager childhood antics don't concern us too much, as his raising was pretty much normal as it could be, being son of the king. No, things never truly got interesting, until one snowy day, when he was in his 9th winter. I was in the keep tending to some matters with Lord Uther that day, when a very shocked and flustered man came running in, causing the guards to give him a wary look, and me to ease my hand onto the hilt of my blade. The man stopped before the king, and took a moment to catch his breath, before he began his news. It began strangely, with talks of boats filled with people, survivors of something trivial, for we were all aware of the orcs to the south. It wasn't until he stuttered the words, "Stormwind has fallen," that the room lost all color and sense of sound. No one moved nor spoke in that tense period. The king sat straighter at the words and beckoned a guard to fetch the man food and drink. Before he left, to me and Uther, the king ordered us to fetch his son Arthas. To everyone else, they were ordered to make haste and prepare for the arrival of these refugees. We left in a hurry. I rode behind Uther all the way, to a farmstead where many grand horses were bred. It took no time to find the boy, since he came out to meet us. It wasn't until he realized that Uther and I were fully clad in our armor. From there it took a little coaxing before we were off again, speeding back towards the keep, as fast as our steeds would carry us. When we returned, Uther claps me on the shoulder, bade me go get some rest, in case I would be needed when the people of Stormwind arrived. Days passed, with no sign of them, told to keep their eyes peeled at the road to Silverpine whenever they could. One day, though, as I went to a little room in one of the towers where I frequented, as a place to think and spend time to myself, there I ate some of the food I was given from the kitchens and leant against a wall beneath one of the tower's windows, so as if something came up, I would hear it and be ready. Sure enough, my ears caught the sound of a young boy shouting, "They're coming," followed by a burst of movement and small groups of chatter. I stood up and began to make my way to the throne room, where I knew the king's mind was already intently occupied by discussions by representatives of his people. I arrived in the throne room promptly and nodded to the guards on duty as Arthas left the room, with a very annoyed look on his face. When his son left, Ternus spotted me, and with a courteous nod he bid me go inform Lord Uther of the news, and with a bow I left. In no time the refugees of Stormwind were at our gates. There were many of them, and from what I knew, Anduin Lothar, Khadgar, and Prince Varian Rin would be among them. Though I would have liked to hear Tannis's words on the matter, I knew that he would never turn those people away, even if the orphaned prince wasn't among them.